Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with a makeup collection. My background to start off, I haven't really done anything with it. I'm literally just sat in front of like where I keep my makeup and my drawers over here. But I haven't really done anything to it, so this is just where we're starting for now. I'm not going to do any disclaimers or anything like that, which I know a lot of people do, but if you don't want to watch it, just click off a video. So I'm just going to keep this intro really short because I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I have actually cleared out my makeup not too long ago. But if you'd like to see what is in my collection, just keep watching. So I just thought I'd better start here because this is kind of where I sat in front of for my makeup collection, and this is kind of like an overview of where I keep it all. So I've got this here, which is like a dressing table. However, I don't actually keep any of my makeup in there. I've got underneath like a bin to keep all my rubbish and stuff. I just have an extension lead so that I can plug my fairy lights in. And then I also have just a box on there that is full of like fake tan, hair products, stuff like that. And I know it looks a bit messy, but I just don't know where to put it, so it's kind of just stayed there. I always have a chair here, which is actually like just one from IKEA. Then on the top, I have like my mirror, which you can obviously see the lights in right now, but I didn't know how to put it so that you couldn't, so it's just like that for now. And my drawers over here, which I keep my makeup in. These are the Alex drawers from IKEA. If you haven't seen these by now in everyone's makeup collection, then I don't know where you've been, because literally everybody has them. At the top, I've just got a light box, which I'm not actually sure where it's from. If I do find it, I'll link it down below. I'll link everything down below that I mentioned, like storage-wise, because I know it can be quite hard to find storage for like everything to fit in the right place. I have my fairy lights, like I said, which are from Amazon, and I'll leave a link down below because I haven't got them too long ago, but I just felt like the wall looked really bare without, so I really like them. That's kind of the overview, and I'm going to show you the top of my dressing table because I do keep a few bits of like makeup and brushes on there, so I just thought I'd show you it as well. Starting off with, I know these look really random, them two pink things over there. Actually from my birthday, you know like the balloons you can get, the massive ones, I had one and 8 for my 18th. If you want to see the photo of it, check my Instagram. But they're just from there. I don't know what to do with them right now, so they're just there. On the right a bit more, I've got my brushes, which I'll go a bit more in depth when I get a bit closer. They're all kind of Spectrum, Real Technique, stuff like that. In fact, if you want a separate brush video, let me know, but I'll just they're kind of most of them I have in there. This little mirror here, which I believe was from Argos, for at £10. It was really, really cheap. I have two beauty blenders here. I'm actually going to move you closer so you can see. Then I have all my lipsticks, which I will kind of quickly go through. Then obviously I just have a Garnier micellar water, which I use every night to take my makeup off. This is where I keep all my lip products. I'm not going to lie, I haven't really wiped everything out before I've done this. I'm just going to show you how it is because it's realistic, like this is how it will look most days. I have 4 MAC lipsticks. So the first one is this one here, which is in the shade Salon Rouge, which is actually limited edition, so you can't get it anymore, which is a bit annoying, but it's this like really dark red. Then I have one in the shade Taupe, which I literally used to love. I used to use this so much. I'm not really a huge fan of brownie nudes anymore. I'm more of a pink nude type of gal. Then we have the shade Faux. This is literally one of my favourite MAC lipsticks of all time. It's like a pinky, a nudie colour, which as I said is what I'm all about right now. And the last one I have is a classic. This is Velvet Teddy. I think pretty much most people have this lipstick in their collection. I actually have 8 YSL lipsticks, which to be honest, I don't use too often, but I really like the packaging of them, so I just kind of kept them. First one is in the shade 47. This is actually my favourite out of the bunch of them. I actually just really like the shade, and as you can probably tell, it's like a pinky colour, like a pinky nude. Most of my lipsticks are a nude just because that's what I wear the most. I'm going to pick up my favourite ones because otherwise we're going to be here for a while. One is 44, which again is a pinky nude, as you probably would have guessed. One that is one of my favourites is 48. Oh no, I've got a foundation on this. Please don't mind. It's like I don't even know how to describe this. It's like a reddy, like maroon colour, but it shows up more sheer on your lips because they are a lot more sheer. If you do want to see the rest of these shades, I can always do a lip swatch video on the ones that I have, but I'm not going to show you them all because we'll be here forever. Then I have a Makeup Revolution lipstick, which to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of, but I bought this for a testing video, so if you haven't, this always opens the opposite way, it confused me. I do really like the shade, however, I'm not a huge fan of the formula. Then I have this Barry M lipstick in 153. Now, I don't use this too often as it is quite pink. Then I have this Kiko lipstick in the shade 903. This was one of my favourite lipsticks when I was younger. I have this Colourpop lippy stick in the shade Tootsie. I'm sure if you've watched my channel recently, you've seen this in practically every video. I then have this Soap and Glory Sexy Mother Pucker in the shade Rise and Shine, which I cannot get to focus. I'm just going through these quicker because I don't want to bore you all on just the lipsticks. but I have two Kylie Cosmetics. So one's a liquid lipstick and one is a gloss, and they are both in the shade Candy K. I have a Colourpop liquid lip, and I haven't actually used this yet, so that's why it's just sat there and it's not been opened. I just have a NYX liquid suede. I have a NYX lingerie, which is kind of a similar formula to the suede, but it's just a bit more moussey again. And in this little section here, I just have all my lip liners. As you can see, all these white ones are from Colourpop, and the packaging of these literally just gets ruined. Oh no, I dropped one. But they're all just like pinky nudes, and the shades are probably run off, to be honest. And I just have these two here. This one is from Kylie Cosmetics in the shade Candy K. I have this random one from New Look. This was actually my first lip liner I ever bought. Moving on to the Alex drawers, where I keep the majority of my makeup. At the top, I just keep this, which I use in the background of my videos, which you've probably seen quite a few times. And I normally do actually have flowers behind, but my flowers have just died, so they're not there right now. I'm not gonna lie, there's not too much organisation in here. It's just kind of thrown in. Like, it's all in an organised state, but there's no dividers or anything, just because I found it quite hard when I switched my foundations up quite a bit. But starting down here, I just have this, which is like a little foundation. You can put your foundation on it, and then it also comes with a mixer. This is so handy. So starting off with this front bit, which is all my foundations. The first one that I have is Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 105. This is the only foundation that I have for when I'm not fake tanned, which is very rare because I'm pretty much fake tanned 24/7. My next foundation that I have is the Maybelline Dream Wonder. I use this, I haven't used it in a while, as you can see, because it needs shaking. So I have the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat. Honestly, I'm still not sure whether I like this or not. Then I have the L'Oreal True Match, which I'm sure you've seen plenty of times on my channel, in the shade Golden Beige. And we have the Maybelline Super Stay 24 Hour Full Coverage Foundation. The only reason they're all like this is because they're laid down, so they just need a shake. I have my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, which I really like. This is in the shade 3.5, which is a tiny bit light for me, but I can work with it. And then I have my Huda Beauty foundation, which I'm not going to show you because there is a testing video coming up with that. So if you want to see that, look out for next week's video. Then over here I have skin prep like stuff. So I have moisturizer, which I use every day. Then I have Benefit Professional L'Oreal True Match Highlight, which I like to use under my makeup sometimes. I have a little mini of MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance Base. I actually do really like this, and it's really good for travelling, so that's kind of what I keep them for. Then I have the Ordinary Primer, which I'm sure you've seen plenty of times once again, because like I said, I did clear my makeup collection out and just kept the essentials that I use. And on to concealers. Let me move the camera up a bit. First of all, I have Tarte Shape Tape in light medium. Love this, literally one of my favourites. I know I haven't had it long, but definitely my favourite. I have LA Girl Pro Conceal Collection Lasting Perfection, which a lot of people love. NYX Sculpt and Highlight, which is a face duo. It's kind of a concealer one end and a contour at the other. And two Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define, which is so good and so cheap. Back here I just have my powders. So starting off with, I have the NYX Banana Powder. And then I've also got Rimmel Stay Matte. And there is actually another one at the back here. That's what this one is. It's just a spare. That is a really good pressed powder. And then I have a Maybelline Matte Maker, which used to be one of my favourites. And I do love this. I just prefer more of a translucent loose powder now, but that is really good if you want a really brightening one for underneath your eyes. I have the Laura Mercier translucent powder, which I love, and also the Beauty Bakery flower powder, which is also one of my favorites. Laura Mercier and Beauty Bakery are my favorites out of all my powders. So closing that drawer and moving on to the next. It's one of them drawers that's kind of got a bit of everything in, because I did condense it all down and my makeup is now only in 3 drawers. So, like I said, a bit of everything in this drawer. Starting at the front, I have my 3 pairs of Doll Beauty lashes. These ones are on my eyes right now, which are my favourite, which are Chloe Elizabeth, which I also have another pair, which I used. And the other pair that I have are in the style Divine, which you can't really see, but I do need to stock up more on these. I always do have loads of these because they are my favourite. Decided that I've got some more lashes, so I have some Lash Unlimited lashes. 2 are in the style 7 and 1 is, no, 2 are in the style 8 and 1 is in the style 7. So as you can see, these are 8, they're a lot more wispier, and then 7 are a little less dramatic. And I also have a pair of Primark lashes, which are just kind of a backup in case I completely run out. That's kind of why they're there. Onto this bit, this little pot here is from Muji, and I do really like the storage. To be honest, I could do with some more in here, but it's kind of all over the place. So I don't think I would actually fit any more storage in here, which is why I've not got any more. So just going through this, it's kind of a few random bits like eye bits. Elf brow gel, which I use all the time. I've got 3 eyeliners in here, well, 3 pencil eyeliners I should say. I've got a black here, this one's from L'Oreal. I've got a blue, this one is from LA Girl, I believe. LA Girl. And then I have this white here, which is from Natural Collection. I have a duo lash glue. Actually, I've got 2. This one is like a brush on one, and this one is the one that I use the majority of the time. And I have a NYX liner. This is my favourite liner, however I don't wear liner too often, mainly because I find it so difficult, but when I do, this is the one that I'll use. I have a Maybelline brow drama in dark brown, which is really good as well. So just putting all these back in. I'll have to sort that out later because I've just made it a mess. Moving on to the back of the drawer. Starting off with, I'll do the bronzers. So I have a Makeup Revolution. What is this even called? I've just knocked the camera, sorry. Ultra Sculpt and Contour Kit in light to medium CO4. This is actually the darker one. Looks like this, and I have actually only used it once. Then I have a NYX Taupe Blush, which if you've watched my channel quite a long time ago, I believe it must have been about a year ago. This used to be my ultimate favourite, however now that I fake tan, I don't think it shows up very much. And I do actually have another one at the back here. They're just kind of chilling together. Going on with the bronzer front, I've got the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion in the shade 25i Cinnamon. Can't open it. There you have done it. Which looks like this, which I really like. And then I also have the MU8 bronzer, which just like so. I actually hit pan on this earlier, which it has run out really fast, but for £1 you can't really go wrong. On to highlights, which are actually my favourite part of makeup ever. I think a lot of people can agree with that one. But starting off here, I've got the Urban Decay highlighter in the shade Sin. This packaging gets so dirty, but look. It's insane. I really like this. Balm Mary Lou. This is insane. As you can see, they're both kind of similar shades. They're more like champagne golds, which on my skin tone is the best. I have the Iconic Illuminator in the shade Original, and I'm going to have to show you this because if you've never used this before, you're going to be shook. Are you ready? So this is like a liquid illuminator, and I've just put way too much on my hand. I don't know what I thought I was doing. This is insane. I feel like I've said that for everything so far, but this is one of my favourite products in my makeup collection. Can you just see how that beams a light? Like, I always use this on my body on holiday as well because it just does the same thing to your body. Like, that's insane. Come on. Here I've got my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glitter Kit, which has got a bit of foundation on because, like I said, just keeping it realistic with you guys, I haven't wiped it or anything. This is in the shade Sun Dipped, and like I said, I use this all the time. As pigmented as the others. Like I said, I like a really blinding highlight, as you can see by all the highlights in my collection. Moving on to even further, this drawer does not open as far as the others, which is really strange, but I'll just kind of show you what's at the back. Like, it doesn't go anymore. Here I've got a liquid illuminator from NYX. This is more of a pinky one. I have a NYX matte finish setting spray, which I like to use when I highlight. Well, I'm saying when I highlight, I'm acting like I don't highlight sometimes. Highlight every time. And then I've got a MAC Fix Plus, which actually didn't have that much left in. I need to get a new one. And I just thought I've completely ignored this blush that I actually can't get out. There you go. This is in the shade Chiffon, and I actually really like this. It's the only blush I actually have in my collection, because I'm not a huge fan of blushes. However, this one's more of a shimmer than a blush, which is probably why I like it, to be honest, because, like I said, it's a bit highlight me. Back, I actually just forgot about this. This is so dirty. Like, if you have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, like, you can hardly even see now because my writing's, like, rubbed off. Video else just get really dirty, and because I've rubbed it so much, all the writing has came off. And it's also trashed inside, but yeah, this is my contour kit. Hit pan on 3 shades. Don't mind me. I do really like this. That's the second drawer. Moving on to the third. This is the last drawer, and it's kind of all the eye stuff that is not in the drawer above. So this little storage thing is also from Muji. All of them are. Love Muji storage. It's quite pricey for what it is, but it's worth it because it will last, and it also cleans really well. So I keep all my mascaras at the front here. I've got the Collection Lengthening Mascara, the Volume Million So Couture by L'Oreal, and I also have a mini Benefit. They're real. I don't have too many mascaras at a time just because I think they get kind of ruined if you open them. So that's just what we're rolling with for now. Then the rest are like single eyeshadows, brow pomades, stuff like that. So I've got a Collection Glam Crystals, which is like a glittery eyeliner, but I use it for eyeshadow. I have this Helen E Glitter, which is, look at that. Look, that's so sparkly. This looks so nice if you're like having photos. It just hits the light so well. Kiko eyeshadow, which I used to use all the time. I actually kind of forgot this was in here. In the shade 139. Who swatches with their thumb, but it's kind of like a highlighty pinky colour, but it looks so good on your lid, so I'm actually gonna have to use that because I really do like that. MUA single eyeshadow, which I used for my £20 makeup challenge. These are actually so pigmented, like you won't even believe. Like, look at that. That is insane. They're kind of chalky. I don't know if you can see, they're not very buttery, but for how much you pay for them, if you're looking for a cheap eyeshadow, check these out. Those are the MUA matte. They are really good. As you can see, it is quite hard to get a pigmented matte, but I don't know if it's because it's darker, but that is also really good. I have two Colourpop shadows. If you've never tried these, they're such a weird formula, like I can't describe it. It's almost like a cream, but a gel, but then it sets as a powder. Like, you just have to try one of these. It's so hard to explain. But the first one is in the shade I Heart This. I love these for if I need to like do my makeup really quick. That's kind of what I use them for the most. They're kind of bronzy shades. Both of them are really similar because I ran out of one and just ordered another. But I can't describe the shade, not the shade, I can't describe the texture, you just have to feel one. I'd got this other one, which was the one that I had first, that's hit pan really bad. Like I said, it's in the shade Couche. They don't actually sell this one anymore, which is why I bought the other one. They are kind of similar shades, like the bottom one is Couche and the top one is the other one. Moving on, I've got a MAC pigment here. Oh, I should have done the eyeshadow first, but we'll roll it. This is from the Archie's Girl collection from quite a while ago. I don't even know when they did this collection. Does it say? This is in the shade Cheers My Dears, and I do need to use this more because I love it every time I use it. But something that put me off, I actually spilt this on my carpet one time. We got new carpet. I spilt it in my bedroom. Don't mind me. Like I said, should have done the shadow first. This is from MAC. This is in the shade Red Alert. I do actually really like MAC single shadows. I don't know why I don't have more, but because I do kind of prefer palettes just because I find that easier to work from. But this is like a shimmery red colour. It's also really pretty, really pigmented. I keep a sharpener in here, whether it's to sharpen eyeliners, lip liners, you know the drill. Always need a sharpener. Then the last two things I have are for my brows. This is the NYX Tame & Frame in Brunette. Use this all the time if you want to see some action. Like I said, check some of my past videos. And then I have a sleek brow, what is this called, brow kit in the shade Dark. I used to love this, but I do feel like it's a tiny bit warm for me. It's more of a wax than a powder. I do actually really like both of them. As you can see, they've got quite a dent in. It's just kind of what I prefer on the day, but I do use that pomade a lot more. So we have to go through our palettes, which is one of my favourite parts of my collection. So I do have quite a few. The one that I use the most out of all my collection, if I don't actually nearly break it, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. Like I said in my last video, I use this all the time. This is trashed, not gonna lie. Probably need a new one, hit pan on quite a few shades, but like I said, rolling with it because, you know, that's just life. Sometimes your makeup looks like that and sometimes it gets trashed on the packaging. But, you know, that's just me. The Too Faced chocolate bar, if I hold it the right way up, which I actually really like this. It's so pigmented. I love this blue shade, which is not like me, but that looks so stunning on your lid. The Soph X Revolution palette, which I love, but my packaging gets ruined. Like, I pumped my foundation on it once to use it when I didn't have that thing that I used before, and it did not come off. Like, it's such weird packaging, I can't even describe it. It's like plastic, but I feel like it's got something else in it because, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't wipe. My shades in here are also trash because I like to get my MAC Fix Plus and destroy the shade pretty much. So that's this palette. Really, really good for the price. They're all so pigmented and the names are so, so cute. I actually do a testing video on this as well if you want to check it out. I'll leave everything that I mentioned down below. A NYX Dreamcatcher palette, and this is in the Dusk Till Dawn one. Just show you some of these shades. Like, that's one of them. Like, how pigmented. I don't know why, I just wasn't expecting it. I don't know if it's because I do majority of the time use like high-end eyeshadow palettes. Next we've got the Naked 3 palette, which I'm not gonna lie, I hate. Literally hate this palette. It's not very pigmented at all. Just not a fan. I've literally only used it about 3 times. Bought it for prom, didn't use it for prom. Not a fan. So I know quite a few people feel the same about this, but I feel like Naked? I feel like Urban Decay really let themselves down with this one. It's just not pigmented, not a fan. But on the other hand, I have the Naked one, and this is one of my favourite palettes of all time. So it's just so weird, isn't it? You'd think it was kind of similar formulas, but this packaging gets ruined. Like, anything with this packaging, just don't give it me because I ruin it. This was my first high-end eyeshadow palette, and I love this so much. This always, like, this is what got me into makeup pretty much. I just really loved these eyeshadows. I still do, and I still do use it. Then I have the Naked 2 Basics, which I used to use all the time to fill my brows in. So like this, as you can see, demolished a few of them shades. These are actually really handy for if you travel and you just want some matte shades. I have the Makeup Revolution, what is this? Give Them Darkness palette, which is a Halloween palette, which is why I've kind of kept this thing in, because I just use it for my Halloween looks, as you can just throw it. And it doesn't really matter too much, but I use like the reds and the purples and stuff like that for Halloween videos. I have a Z palette at the back, which like I said, dirty, didn't clean anything, just living life. A Z palette, and then in here I have 2 shades here from Makeup Geek. I have the shade Frappe, which is this shade. And then if I can get, oh yes, look at that. Then I've got the shade Starry Eyed, which is a really, really shimmery shade, which is actually on my eyes today. Like, if you're in a rush, I'm sorry. Literally just use your finger, put that on your lid, sorted. I just have the magnets here, which you can buy for your Z palette, or you can get them in it. Mine came with it. And then I have these 3 shades here, which are from Barry M. I had a Barry M palette that I just kind of had on the side, and it was taking up so much room. But I kind of wanted to keep them in case I wanted it for a drugstore look or something like that. So I've just put them in my Z palette. That is the end of my makeup collection. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would love if you could give a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and let me know what you thought. Tell me if there's anything in my collection that you've seen that you really want to try or that you love. I would love to know. Apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next Friday for a new video. Bye guys.